If you have many charts in your MetaTrader 4 trading platform when you close it down, then when you restart MT4, it will of course load up all of the charts that you had in the platform before you shut it down. If you are doing this after a weekend, on a Sunday night or a Monday perhaps, then as you open each one of those charts, the Hurst Cycles indicator on those charts is going to realize that a significant chunk of time is missing from their understanding of what's happening in the cycles in the market. And so each one of those indicators is going to want to perform a fairly intensive refresh of the analysis. As you can imagine, this could cause a significant demand on your CPU, and it could significantly slow down the startup of your trading platform. This is why the Hurst Cycles indicator has a particular process for handling startups. What it does is it delays the analysis because it is aware of the fact that the analysis is a fairly CPU intensive activity. And so it will schedule its analysis. It does this very intelligently by working out when the best time is going to be to schedule the refresh of the analysis. Several things need to happen when the MT4 trading platform starts up. In particular, of course, it needs to connect to its data server. It needs to update data for the multiple time frames that you are going to be viewing for each one of the instruments that you have charts for. So there is a lot of activity. The Hurst Cycles indicator is very polite. It steps back and it says, I'm going to let MT4 sort out all of those details and let all of the other indicators rush in there and update themselves before I do any update to the analysis. I want to show you what this looks like so that when it happens to you, you understand what is going on. Let me start up my trading platform and you will see how this all works. There we go. The trading platform has started up and you hear the traditional MT4 sound as it connects and starts retrieving data. Now let's have a look at the label at the top left of these charts. You can see the Hurst Cycles indicator is colored red, indicating that it is aware that an analysis is overdue. It also tells us that the analysis is scheduled to update in 25 seconds. If I change my instrument, you can see this analysis has already updated in the time that I've been speaking. And so let's cycle through our different charts. Here's a chart that has scheduled its analysis to update in 46 seconds. And here's one that has scheduled the update in 75 seconds. And here's a chart that has its update scheduled in 115 seconds. Now, this might seem like a really long time to be delaying the updates, but there is a reason for that. When the Hurst Cycles indicator has to update an analysis, it might be a time-intensive process. It therefore allows a significant amount of time between the updates so that your other indicators aren't affected, so that any trading activity you're doing within these first few minutes is not negatively affected. There we go, you saw the British pound to US dollar has just updated its analysis. If we take a look at the time in square brackets there, you can see it is slightly longer than we usually expect. That's 1.5 seconds. Let's take a look at our next chart. That's updating in 15 seconds. And so as I speak, you will see the update will happen. Most of these analysis updates are really very quick, but if it's been a few days since you last opened your trading platform, or perhaps, who knows, perhaps you last traded a week or 2 weeks ago, then there might be a significant amount of analysis to be performed, in which case these initial analyses will take some extra time. Now let's go to our last chart, which was initially scheduled to take place about 2 minutes after the startup. Here you can see it's coming down to the last 10 seconds. This is a chart of gold, and so in just a few seconds it's going to be updating that analysis. There we go, and so now all of our analyses have been updated. And that happened within the first few minutes of starting up your trading platform. Now there is one other aspect to this, and that is that if you have multiple charts with Hurst Cycles indicators, you don't really want them all to be updating their analysis at the same time, for the same reason, because of the demand on your CPU, and the fact that it might slow down your trading platform. For this reason, each of the active charts, in other words, the charts that are performing analyses, schedule their analysis times, not only at startup, but on an ongoing basis. For that reason, you will find that as you scroll through your different charts, the times at which your charts most recently updated will all be slightly different. There is one at 12:46, one at 12:47, 12:48. Here's another one at 12:48, which would have been later in that minute. And here's one at 12:49. So you can see each one of your charts is performing its analysis, and most of the analyses, of course, take less than 1 second, but they are spreading those analyses over a period of time so that they're not updating at exactly the same time. In this way, the Hurst Cycles indicator ensures that even though it is performing a very intensive analysis, that it is not going to affect the performance of your trading platform, which is a very big concern if you have multiple charts.